he started this thing off and said, let's go. I got some energy, man. You know it's going to be a good one. He got energy. Rhodesia looking like she does. I'm back.
Yay.
There was no way in the
Welcome
world I
back.
was going to miss 2 weeks in a row. I missed y'all, man. I missed y'all too. I missed the freaks out there. I missed just potting. Even though I probably wouldn't have added much at all last week. I'm still not 100%. Shout out to everybody who checked on your boy. Appreciate y'all for that. I'm still not 100%. I'm still clogged up to high heavens. Hopefully my voice is all right. My face is all right. But I don't know what the hell I caught out in Vegas, but it got me down.
You got that
got me down
2000. You got that 2020 COVID, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it got me
You
down
got that
bad.
2020 because you went back in time and got it.
Yep.
Like legit, I haven't been this sick in a few years. I told Rhodesia. And I ain't have my baby with me. She been on the road. So I'm sitting here doing nothing but sleeping, laying in bed. I had so much extra time. I caught up on Snowfall the last season. I've been waiting on that for a couple years. Shout out to anybody who's watched Snowfall. Hell of a finish. Season 5 was trash. I hated season 5. Season 6 was peak television. So shout out to Snowfall. Shout out to everybody who watched that. And I was able to stay away from spoilers. So I watched that. I played a ton of mobile games. What else did I do while I was done? I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I was on social media a lot. I can't stand a lot of you fuckers out there. Probably nobody who's listening to this podcast. But damn, it is a nasty, nasty world out there in the social media content game, the wrestling. I can't stand a lot of you fuckers. But we here, man. We back. We are 2 episodes away from episode 200. Episode 198 of the TFW podcast. That's freaking wrestling. You guys know, I know E said it last week, but I think we still are the best kept secret in wrestling podcast because we not a household name. Until we get to that point, we the best kept secret. Shout out to everybody, though, that has subscribed recently on YouTube. Y'all know I was putting in work week of WrestleMania. And I think we're up to now. Let me pull 779 subscribers on YouTube. So I think that's like 65 or 69 new subscribers in like the last 2 weeks. So shout out to everybody who are day ones who just got down with us. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. I am Matt. I am back. Your favorite talker out in these wrestling streets. You had those 2 folks holding you down last week. Rhodesia's right there. Eshan is right there. So yeah, I am back, and I think we got to start
real quick right before you go dig. I know you looked at the YouTube version of the show, but you know Rhodesia's feeling good that night. She went out, had a couple of drinks, and the podcast was getting long, and so she started talking to you.
And y'all considered long 48 minutes.
Yeah, that was messed up. I was
y'all
like, blew past 30 minutes.
Y'all start the pod by talking about, oh man, we ain't got to do a long pod today. Yeah. I'm like, how y'all gonna start there?
This is a quickie. We going for our freaks. This is a quickie. We don't have time to making love. We got time to go get in and get out. We got to go.
See, hey, look, we adults. Sometimes, you know, you're like, hey, babe, we got 5 minutes. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all adults on this podcast. You know what it is. But yeah, so the podcast started getting long a little bit. Rhodesia started telling me about how she missed you. She wanted to, and so now she's looking to the camera. She's touching the camera, and she's talking to you. And I'm like, it's just me and you, baby. He ain't here.
But I was there in spirit. I watched it.
I don't think she knew that you weren't there. So I'm like, all right, Rhodesia, we're gonna get off this podcast.
She knew I was gonna see it though. My baby held me down. I appreciate that. She held me down. She put my health records out there, even though I didn't even take a COVID test. So I don't know.
I said you weren't gonna take a COVID test, but I said you should take a COVID test.
I don't even think it was COVID, to be honest.
What you think it was?
I don't know because I still got it.
Right. COVID has a 10 days lasting effect.
Hey, yes. People had COVID for a whole month, right? Remember poor Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks? He had it for like, 90 days or something.
That was that real COVID, though. Like, this
that was
COVID.
That's what you had. That's what you had.
He had the cocaine, the
full. I back in Vegas still got that old work out there. God bless, man. All right, y'all, let's get to it. I want to start, of course, we got to start with the releases.
Yeah.
From last week in WWE. And what I want to start with, it sucks anybody lose their job, right? We're going to do this every single year. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Nobody should be surprised at this point. Some surprising names for sure. But this is not cuts from 5, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. right? Where it was kind of, you get cut and it is legit. Woe is you. And maybe you may actually got to go out and try to find a quote unquote real regular job now. Them days is gone. The indies are popping. We have AEW. We have TNA. If these folks are as good as we think, or some we know, they're going to be more than fine. Monetarily, they're going to be more than fine. Lifestyle, they're going to be more than fine. Like, they're going to be good. So I think we got to get away from the whole, oh my God, this person got fired, like the world's ending. Man, this shit happens. We know that. Like, we don't want anybody losing their job. But I did have to say that because it feels like every single year we go through this and we kind of forget. Now, this one was interesting because it literally came out of nowhere. I think started on Friday. And what I hate is I can't stand some of y'all, these personal agendas, right? And I'm going to start. When we get into the 200s, I'm calling fuckers out by name. I am. I'm done with it. I told Rhodesia we taking the pod to the next level. Starts tonight. All right. So some of these things I may have to grab y'all and carry you with me across the finish line. Some of you probably want to come on and just run with me. Some of y'all, y'all may be in front of me on some of this stuff. But in the 200s, we're going to start calling these people out for some of the bullshit I'm seeing. But I saw people trying to get their own personal agenda shit off when these cuts started happening.
Like, give me an example.
Oh, I see what it is. It's only women who's getting cut. Because, like, your gimmick is everything is about the women.
Got it.
On social media. And then they proceed to fucking cut 5 or 6 guys. Right? Like, it's not about you. These are real people. Get the fuck out of here with your fake agendas and put the spotlight on me because this is my time to try to get some type of shine. It ain't about you. I'm so tired of, like I said, I had a lot of times on my hand last week and just watching some of y'all dirty, nasty folks out here in the social media streets. 200s, you starting to call you fuckers out. But anyway, Rhodesia, I know you have the list.
I do.
I think before you even start with the list,
yeah,
Dakota Kai was the first name I saw. And that one, now that's a shocker. That's a shocker. So let's start with just Dakota Kai. Now, granted, we did talk about those injuries. And I know on a podcast probably months ago, I made a comment about her injuries and how it was starting to stop push. Because of the injury, she had the leg, and I think she had the concussion. And actually, I don't even think she's been back since the concussion that she took from that missile drop kick. But absolutely a surprise. Should not have been cut if you're only looking from a talent perspective. And that's what we also have to look at, too. I don't want to get in the weeds about the rumors of some of these people were allegedly known not to be working hard or the contracts cost too much money. Like, it is what it is. They're released now, right? But Dakota was the one where I was like, yo, that's a bad call. E, I know you relate on, I think by the time you saw there was releases, I think the majority of the list was out. So you didn't have like that real time of, oh shit, this person got released. Oh shit, this person got released. So I think you saw the entire list like at once. Rhodesia, when you saw the people who were getting released, were you watching it in real time or did you get it all at one time too?
I got it all at one time about an hour ago.
Oh my God. We'll start calling you out too. In the 200s, we calling everybody
Bro,
out.
you call me out almost every single episode. If I don't get caught out in one episode, you double up the next time.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I get called out all the time, okay?
It's all love though. I wouldn't do it if I didn't love you.
And that's pretty manipulative. Just so you know.
Yeah, I remember it was funny. Like, this had to be the first year we got together. And you know me, like I talk shit about everybody. That's what I do, right? Like I have a good time. We always talking. And she was crying. And I'd never forget, she was sitting in the bed. And she was just like, she was crying because I made fun of her about something. And she's like, I just don't know how you can make fun of somebody and still love them. I was like, you know what? This may not be for you then. Because this shit ain't gonna stop.
That's pretty manipulative. 24
years later, it ain't stopped.
I was so young and dumb then.
Excuse me.
All the signs was there, right?
My bad. So, I guess if y'all saw it all at the same time, let's start with Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
For me, it wasn't a surprise outside of the fact of, oh my God, she is like a ready-made talent. She has everything that we pretty much want. The crowd is behind her. Like, what happened here? But in reality, it wasn't a surprise for me just because we kind of saw, since she's been in Damage Control, her playing second fiddle to Iyo Sky. So the times she had an opportunity to win something, one of the championships, she didn't get to win it. And so to me, it wasn't a surprise at all because she hasn't won anything big. Now, could it be them protecting their assets because she is, I don't want to say injury prone, but she's had injuries? Sure, maybe, I don't know. But to me, it was not a surprise when I saw it, other than you just lost a quality wrestler.
Yeah, big surprise for me. Because she has a nice following on X Online, and I thought for me, like over the past couple of years, she's gotten better in the ring. She's gotten better in the mic, her character, her look. For me, I kind of feel like as she's gotten older, she's gotten better. And I thought there still is value in her. You know, some of the, as we go down the list, and I'm not sure we're going to go down the list. And as you said, we want to be delicate in how we talk about it. But, sometimes change is good for people. Like, right, no one wants to lose jobs. So as you said, I'm sure everyone's going to bounce back. But for me, there was still something in Dakota. So I guess my shock was that they didn't see her value. Like, for me, right? Like, obviously, if they say that whatever the reason is, and it can't be attitude or anything like that. I can't believe that. I don't know the woman at all, but she seems like a sweetheart of a woman. Very well liked. So, it wasn't that. It had to come down to like, yo, we just don't see you. I heard some rumors, some dirty booty that that Damage Control is done. Like, right? Like Iyo's doing her thing. And, Asuka's gonna be out for a little bit longer. Kyrie is ready to come back, looking good, looking jacked.
Mm-hmm.
But they might put them back in some type of attack, and they might keep Damage Control faction away. So they're like, all right, if she's not part of that, what do we have for her? Now again, that's dirty booty, but that might be.
But if we go with that, then to what you said, then they didn't see the value in there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hard for me to believe. That was my shot. We're gonna disband the group, and seeing we disband the group, all right, you got to go.
We ain't got nothing for you.
Nah, that's kind of crazy. And she came out looking good with her natural hair too. She posted that picture.
Beautiful with her natural
hair.
And
I was like, okay, all right. And then it's like fucking 48 hours later, like the services are no longer needed. So that was the one. And then I think the second one may have been Braun Strowman that I saw. And I wasn't surprised by Braun because this is his second time.
Right.
Salute to him, though. I do want to shout him out. Still got a certain type of feeling about when other folks got released years ago and he made the comment about the indies and all that kind of stuff. But if the boys and girls in the back are good with him now, hey, who am I to not be good with him?
And
but
I think his second back, not to cut you off, but the second go around that him coming back, he pretty much did, I thought, everything that was asked of him.
I never really want to shout out.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
I want to shout out. He was instrumental in helping Jacob Fatu get to the next level. Put him over like a champ multiple times. That's a big deal. It's a very big deal.
Yep.
I think it's interesting that Paul Heyman's comments on the Pat McAfee show. Now, I don't know if Heyman was joking when he said it. If he wasn't joking, if you guys don't know, the day after WrestleMania, so Heyman may have still been high drunk when he was on the Pat McAfee show that Monday morning. But he made a comment about people who weren't on WrestleMania. He was like, the Miz. Miz didn't make WrestleMania. You think he's out there complaining? No. Then he said, actually, I want to make sure I pull it up because I don't want to mess it up if you guys have not heard this. So then when he brought up Braun Strowman, he said, you'd think Braun Strowman, literally, Braun Strowman is up there crying that he's not on WrestleMania. And I tell him straight to his face, he's not on WrestleMania because he sucks. And did he get mad at me? Nope. He's rolling with the punches.
Wow.
That was the Monday after WrestleMania. And then now we see less than a month later,
wow,
Strowman was one of the ones that gets released. That boy was out there with 2 rubber bands being held up to his knees. And he did business. So shout out to him for that. Much, much respect for him. Of course, he's another one that's going to be fine. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I wasn't surprised on that one. I was just like, oh, again? All right. I know he posted like a quick IG video. I think he was out like swimming on the lake or something. I think he's fine. He's good. Brady, what's the, unless y'all got something on Braun personally?
I don't.
You want to run down the list?
Yep. All right. So we have Braun Strowman, Another big one that everybody was like, whoa, what happened? Think you released the wrong person here. Cora Jade. And I'll pause
right
there. Yep, I'll pause. I already know that y'all
Stop
wanted to
right
talk on
there.
that.
I'll let you go first.
Yeah, very surprised. You know, all the obvious things. Looks good, can talk, looks good.
Right.
You know, so but when I thought about it, I'm like, all right, look, you know, just speculating, right? Trying to be respectful. Like somebody like her.
Mm.
Like, right? Like somebody, I mean, you know, and I don't know it to be true. Like, this is the barbershop we just talking. Like, right? Because again, she's young, right? I think she's super young too. I think early
Very.
20s,
Yeah.
right? So she hasn't peaked in her ring or character, any of those things. She still should be coachable, right? You know, Dakota Kai is at least, I think, closer to 30. So you might say, okay, maybe this is who she is, and you put her in a what's the word I'm looking for? Well, you know,
Category.
yeah, you're like, you know, like, look, this is who she is. We got
Put her in
everything
like
we
a
got
box.
for her.
Like, got you. Right.
We put her in the
right.
box, right? But Cora Jade, like, she's young, and you can mold her. So, like, it has to be like somebody to me didn't like her. Just to be straight up. And I feel like maybe if that's the case, again, I don't know. If that's the case, you know, she can go somewhere else, right? TNA, you know, AEW even. You know, learn, get a character, continue to grow, and she can come back in future because again, future's bright for that woman.
Did y'all let you go? Or I give you mine?
Cora probably was a surprise for me when I saw that, just because she has it, and for them to let her go, I wouldn't imagine that it's a contract thing as far as the dollars, because she was still in NXT, so I doubt she's making a lot of money where you have to cut off the top. So that was a surprise for me, because I thought that she was the it of the people coming from NXT. You had Roxanne and Cora. To me, I thought would be ready to rock and roll into their next role on the main roster. But again, because she is young, maybe she can make some moves on the indie scene and then come back when she has more experience.
Everybody on this list can come back, right? And they don't even have to be experienced. If you're valuable, it's a business. We will bring you back. We've seen this multiple times. Now, this is the one that is probably going to be unpopular. I wasn't surprised at all. Cora Jade had it before her multiple knee injuries. Cora Jade no longer had it after her injuries. Cora Jade is also very young. Cora Jade needs time to work and really master her craft. I like Cora Jade. Cora Jade was always going to be second fiddle to somebody else as constructed right now. If
But
she
that's
stayed
okay.
in NXT, but it's not.
But it
Because there's
can
much
be.
more to her than that. You don't need to be second fiddle, because if you're second fiddle and you get broken up, i.e. Dakota Kai, if this is true about, well, we're getting rid of damage control, what happened to Dakota Kai? You got to be able to stand out on your own. And yes, the girl is beautiful, right? I also said, peek behind the curtain a couple years ago, I said, when this girl gets some ass on her, she's going to be really popping. She hasn't gotten ass on her. She went and got a boob job, and she made a tweet, I think yesterday, about how she got body shamed at the PC, which sucks. Nobody should get body shamed. Like,
So that's why she got the boobs?
I don't know. She didn't say that.
Okay.
Right? But maybe if you put two and two together, that could be. But if you look at her, she looks like a young girl at times, right?
She
Still
looks
beautiful.
very young.
She looks over 21, but she looks young. She hasn't fully developed. And that's what I meant when I said it to Brandon and Eve via text message. Like, the ass was when she develops, when she becomes that woman. We've all seen a lot of women when they become women, like, oh, okay, she's a woman now. And I just think from a looks perspective, that's not why she got released. But she's young. She is going to do so much better when she gets out there and she travels, she works in different promotions. She's going to be a completely different performer in 3 years. And she's one I absolutely see coming back.
I'll tell you this though, Matt, saying about I think she's beautiful the way she is. And you know what? This a slight side note. I was talking to Katrina about women, like
Mhm.
right, and there was like this really cute girl was walking, like, oh, she's really cute, and I think she made a comment like oh, but her, I don't know, her forehead's big or something like that.
Oh,
I
she's a
hate
hater
when
too.
that. I
She's a
hate
hater
when
too.
it only was a forehead. It was something, right? It was like
Oh, she's a hater too.
she picked something, right? And I hate when people do that shit. Like, right, when you see like a beautiful woman like walking, like, why do we immediately look for like a flaw? Like, right, which creates an insecurity about herself. Which now she feels like she has to get plastic surgery. She has to make a change. No, the fuck, you're beautiful the way you is.
Yeah.
Like, right? And especially all these fat, ugly ass dudes that be online that be sitting there talking shit about these women, about what they have. Like, you can't get nobody like that. You an ugly
Yep.
fat piece of shit. You know
Yep,
what I'm saying?
that
And I can talk
stinks.
that shit. I'm getting old now. But hey, look, bro, these I had her girls on me all the time.
Look
And
at
they
him.
knew I
He
was
feeling
married.
himself
You know what I'm
today.
saying? So like, I ain't one of them.
He's caffeinated. He's ready
Yeah.
to rock and
Look,
roll.
I ain't one of you fat uglies over there out there, oogling off women, judging them. No, like, let these women be who they are, man. Like, ain't nobody perfect. God didn't make us perfect, right? God didn't make us perfect. Like, these women are beautiful the way they are. If she was getting body shame on them, right? But going back to just the wrestling aspect of it, right? When I think about, and I'm not gonna call out any women on this thing or any wrestler on this thing, but you talk about the wrestlers that were in her class that are still
Mhm.
there, that's been there as long as she has. I don't see a difference to why she's not there and they are. Just
Can you
being
give me a name
1,000%. Nope, I'm not doing that. But I'm not gonna do it.
give me
can,
just give me a
nope.
name, like not you saying that person needs to be fired, but just give me a name that's somebody you feel like who's been down there for some years that you would look at and say, I would think they would be better than what they were or what they are right now.
I don't want to do that. But if you go through the class, there's a lot of women who've been there for a really long time who haven't been called up, right? Who might have been there longer, but they're still there, right? Because the company sees something in them, right? Which works nutrient, and I get it because like the women on the NXT side is plentiful, right? Now I'll hate and say that on the dude side they need some work. Like it's a lot of work to even that dude side, but on the women's side, man, that's probably why some of these releases have come because they got to bring some of these women up. And we seeing Julia, we seeing Stephanie, we seeing Roxy coming up. They got to make room, and then these people they get bumps and contracts, etc. But just looking at it, I don't see the difference between Cora J and some of the women that have been there as long as her. To me, it had to be something else. And whatever it was, I'm pretty sure she's young. She'll figure it out, and she'll be back again. What she's like I said, I think she's got to be like 22, 23 or something.
Yeah, I
like
got her
that.
around 23 or like somewhere around there.
This ain't the end for her. She's gonna be back stronger than ever, and it's gonna be a place. As far as the ring work, as far as the multiple knee injuries, like lots of wrestlers have big injuries early on. She'll adapt, she'll learn and work around it. But for me, I just was surprised because again, I think if you look at that list, look at that roster, I mean, I don't really see that many women that stand above her, and on any level. That's like, okay, yeah, she's worth keeping, and she's not. Just my opinion.
In the 200s, you're gonna need to put some names on these bullets, man. That wasn't even a bullet. Like I set you up really. I was like, who you think just could have been better? Yeah. He running right through that damn stop sign. He's like, I don't want to talk about it.
The only person that's gonna get it, then get it the right way. Pause. Is John Cena. John Cena, bald ass. He'll get it whenever he need to get it. You know what I'm saying? But for these young people, I'm not gonna blast them on these.
Didn't you just hate on Katrina talking about somebody's forehead, and now you talking about John Cena's bald spot?
Yeah, that shit made me mad.
Just saying. Okay,
leave these women, these beautiful women alone. Leave them alone, goddammit.
Danny Palmer.
She was in Evolve. Has a beautiful frog splash. But okay,
beautiful. The ladies love cool. Thorpe is gone.
Man, hang his jersey in the rafters
next to Tyler Bate, right?
Eddie Thorpe. Rest in peace, baby. You ran through Florida down there. Shout out to you.
Now, a surprise for me. These are the back-to-back one. These are probably some big surprises for me. Was Gigi Dolan,
okay,
and Jakara Jackson. I think those two were some surprises for me.
Yeah, Jakara didn't even get a chance to show what she could do. Right, and that's why I said, like, who knows if they strictly just say, hey, these are budget cuts and these are the people that we didn't have plans for. They are all super talented. We don't know the answer. But she was one. I was like, all right, well, like, damn, because she even got a shot, a legit shot. No, nope. She didn't get one.
The next two, well, Javier Bernal. I'm not familiar with him at all.
Okay,
big body hobby.
Sure.
You ain't no big body Javi?
Sure. Joe Coffey.
Yep.
Isn't it? Yeah, I think he went by another name. Not.
Well, we can
Joe.
just lump Gallus.
Yeah.
all in
Yeah.
I
one,
think he just went to
right?
Joe.
We can
So you
lump
got
up all.
Joe and Mark Coffey.
Yeah, then Wolfgang.
Yep. And then you have Katana and Kaden, which I thought was okay. I mean, again, it wasn't a surprise, but I thought they were an actual tag team
Them
in the
girls
women's
was
division.
the best tag team.
They were saying they were an
Tag team.
actual tag. I just said that
Yeah.
they were an actual tag team. So I was surprised in that regard. But again, looking at some of the other people on the list, I wasn't surprised there.
They need to go learn a new hold. Just be honest. They need to go learn a new hold.
I don't even know what that means, but keep
Go
moving.
learn to hold. Put a sleeper
Learn-
on.
A hold.
Figure 4 leg
Like the-
lock.
like the-
Boston
the
crab.
list-
new hold.
Like the list of holds, like
Suplex.
Jericho. Got
Or
it.
y'all say suplex. That's what black people
Suplex.
say. Suplex.
Suplex.
That's what a P.
Or,
Suplex. Hey, and shout out to you, Rhodesia. You told E he was saying Tiffany.
oh
Stratus.
my God, I couldn't let that go. So okay, so then if we're gonna be real in 200, then I have to make sure I'm feeling good in every episode because I'm like, he's not about to talk about some Dodge
No,
Stratus up in his
That
mug
is
right
how
now.
you turn into, because you're gonna fucking turn into cocaine or something, and then you're gonna keep moving up. No, you don't need to be drunk to podcast. Relax on that. Gateway drug. Rhodesia be
Hey,
shooting up
it was a
heroin
good pod.
just
Though.
to-
I was like, man, this is Rhodesia's on one right now. I love it.
Keanu Carver, don't know anything about him.
Yeah, I know him. He never got a chance really on TV. He's been under contract for years.
Oh, really?
Years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Riley Osborne.
Okay.
Shayna Baszler. Shotzi.
So Shayna and Shotzi. So
Mhm.
Shotzi is another one that lost all of her confidence.
Yeah.
With Vince.
Yep.
She never got it back. She didn't. And of course, God bless her. You know, her
Vince
sister
gone,
went through
though.
cancer and she was gone for a while with that. But she was another one that she
But
had
Vince been gone for a long time though, bro.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. It's been that long since she actually had it. She hosted Halloween Havoc and did an incredible job on NXT. I was like, oh shit, she's next up. Like, even if it's not wrestling, she has it. And confidence is a bitch, man. It really is. And if, when you lose your confidence, you lose something. And I know, she made comments. She's excited to get out there and show what she can do. Once again, once you get your swagger back, it's going to be fun to see a lot of these people really kick ass on the indies, because I think they're all going to do good. And the ones who don't do good, there's going to be a reason for that too. And it ain't going to be nothing to do with nobody else but them. Like, how much do you want to go out there and hustle? And do you want to work? And do you want to put your name out there? And are you creative? And can you get booked? And can you continue to get booked? Because you got a good reputation around you and you do business the right way. So there's going to be a lot of that to that. But she's another one where I saw it. And Shayna, they just can't figure Shayna out. Now, some people
Shayna's going to be just fine.
I think so, too.
Shayna, along with Dakota Kai, is going to be just fine. I think she's somebody that just need to change the scenery because she was used really well in NXT.
Yep.
Like, right? That's a dominant. She looks dominant. She has that background, right? She looks like she'll be half the men's roster's ass.
Right.
She has that presence about her. She's
Legit
somebody that can go somewhere else and really flourish. Like, I don't know if AEW will properly use her.
Dakota being AEW.
I definitely Dakota would be
happening.
a perfect fit. Perfectly fit there. I don't know about Shayna. I can see Shayna going to a TNA where she could be a dominant heel champion. I think that's what she strives in. So Shayna's gonna be just fine, man.
She's gonna strive on the indies. Imagine her going around and just collecting titles.
Right.
Right. Like, she is that person who's going to, people are gonna go see her.
Like a
meet and greet
spectacle. Yeah.
lines are going to be great for her.
She can talk. She's personable. She has it. She has the aura. She's like, I feel like on the main roster, it just kind of ran its course a little bit with her. She's a little bit older, so I'm not sure how long she can be out and potentially come back. But I can see her come back maybe on a Legends deal or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a rumor that WWE still wants Ronda Rousey back if she ever wanted to come back. I know there's a lot of hate about that. I don't have a problem with that. But that could be a thing where she's like, well, you just fired one of my best friends, bring her back. I'm sure they'll bring her back for Ronda. Is that the list? Or you got anybody else?
You already mentioned Wolfgang, and then lastly, the final member of Metaphor, Oro Mensa.
Yeah.
And so they let him go too. So that's it. I do want to say something about this real quick. I do feel like, can this be a manipulative strategy. The 80-90% of the list here is okay, we let you go. This is a seasonal contract. People who work in seasonal businesses, they know usually when the winter comes, they're laid off and then they come back later in the spring. This could be kind of that. The timeline is different, of course, but hey, we let you go, you can come back later. But I wonder if part of it is so you don't think you are getting bigger than WWE, or like you almost like a manipulator mentality. Like, hey, don't matter what you think you are or what you can do or the following you have, you still can be released at any moment. I feel like part of that could be that. So then you cause this sense of, oh, I'm grateful for the job that I have and I don't really want to ever ruffle any feathers. My perspective of it, again, it's probably just business. But when I see this every year, sometimes twice a year, it's usually that one or two where you're like, okay, that didn't make sense. If it's something that they do to make you feel like, to the point that Paul Heyman said to Braun Strowman about, you shouldn't be like, why are you crying about not making it on WrestleMania? Almost like you deserve to be here in this structured, or you want to be here in this structured facility. And then the moment you try to free think and do something else, then we can let you go.
I think that would be a thing only if it was somebody who was, if you get one of those or one or two of those every year of somebody that is consistently pushed on television. Like, say if this list came out and Chelsea Green got let go, if Charlotte Flair got let go, Solo Sikoa got let go, something like that, where you're just like, okay, hold on a second now, like, what's really happening? This person was just a meaningful storyline. Like, when Matt and I was talking about it a few days ago, he was like, man, like, that's confusing. Like, Braun was just on TV a couple weeks before WrestleMania. I said, yeah, but it wasn't the build to WrestleMania. He was on TV putting somebody over who was in the build for WrestleMania. So it's not like, so if you look at it like that, and they do have new people coming in. So that's the other part of it too. If you think about how many people should be coming from NXT, he talked about it, and we're going to definitely talk about my girl Roxanne and Iyo. They sold the show last night. Oh, no, let me take that back. No, they didn't. Seth and Jay did the damn thing. And I didn't see none of y'all who thought it was fun on games and talking about Jay can't wrestle leading up to WrestleMania. I mean, y'all been quiet as hell over the last few weeks. I'm noticing. But yeah, I think like there is spots that need to be taken because we still have people who just showed up. Sheamus. Yeah. Sheamus has been healthy for a couple months. We just saw him this Monday on Raw. Right? Like, so it's not like, oh, they're letting these people go. It's like, well, you could use them in terms of a spot. No, like, I mean, survival of the fittest, or, if we don't, at the end of the day, it comes down to creative. If we don't have anything for you, we ain't got nothing for you. Right? As much as we love Roman Reigns, if he didn't have the right creative, he's just another person if he's not pushed right.
We'll address that in a little bit.
Hey, real quick, though, with Braun Strowman, if AEW is booked properly, he can go there and do really, really well. He's a giant. Go there and be like a mean, nasty giant heel. Like, he can do really good business on that show.
And especially if you push him as
a monster. The
monster that doesn't care about, and I don't need him saying it, but the monster that don't care about 5-star matches. Right? The anti-AEW guy. I don't need you talking about where you used to come from. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about what they don't have in AEW. The guy that just comes in, chokeslam somebody through the mat, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Right? Like, it ain't about nothing more than what you are. Nobody can beat me. I'm coming in here to dominate, kick ass, make money. There would be money in that, but then they
for
don't know
sure.
how to push.
If they would have booked him like old school, like Andre the Giant, like back in the day, like on that roster, and he would stand out, right? Because everyone knows who he is. He stands out, and like half the roster's 5'10". Everybody's my height in AEW. Like, this dude is a legit like 6'9", 6'10", or whatever it is. And if he actually wrestled like a big guy, because like Keith Lee was a big dude, and actually that season I miss my man Keith Lee, and I'm like, damn, when does Keith Lee come back? Keith Lee lost a gang of weight.
Oh, did
gang of weight? Oh yeah, he looks great. I've never seen him this small. So whenever he's gonna be back, man, y'all should check out his he has really reinvented his body in a lot of ways. But
send me something. Send me like a photo or like if you got a video of him.
So evidently, it's a good reason why he's lost weight.
Oh, but I was gonna say, remember he had some health issues, so hopefully everything is good.
Do you know his last match was
when he had
his last match was in 23, I think.
Yeah,
it feels like that.
He's been gone. He's been gone for a while. He had the COVID, and then he got hurt or he got sick when he was in AEW.
Yeah.
So as long as he's good, but
I was saying, with Keith Lee, he was a big dude back in the day. But he kind of wrestled like he was the same size as everybody.
Right.
Like Brian, he's not bumping. Like, right, he's old school Arching Warrior, like old school Road Warriors, I should say. Like they like he's bouncing off dudes, or dudes are bouncing off him.
Or even if somebody's incredible heater, would probably be better for AEW, because if you come in and have him push like that, who's gonna beat him?
Nobody.
Right? Like, but he could be somebody's heater.
Will Ospreay. You want to talk about building a guy back up? What if Will Ospreay is the guy that chops the tree down? You know what I'm saying? That you build that dude who's gonna be the one that's gonna finally take this big ass giant down. Like, if you do it the right way, you can book it. You could beat Will Ospreay. He finally chops the tree. It's almost like he literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, he hits like what's that stupid forearm move he got?
I always call it the phenomenal forearm, and then Matt calls me out and say that's AJ's move. So
that was Matt's favorite wrestler, man. What's the name of his move, man? What's his finisher?
Let's call it the phenomenal forearm.
Here you go. See what I'm talking about? Remember. You ain't sick, man. This is bullshit. You ain't sick.
That's crazy. What is his name? It's the he kills people with it.
Whatever his form is, right?
Kill strike. Somebody's called a kill strike.
He hits him with one, and it ain't enough, right? It just bounces off my man's head, and he looks back at him, right? And so slowly and surely, maybe weeks why he's just chopping them up down, boom, 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 and finally he chops them down, pins on 1, 2, 3. The 500 people in attendance go out.
Okay, that's enough. Jesus Christ, are you kidding me right now?
That was messed up.
What the hell, man? He'll throw shade there, but he can't even talk about Nikita Lyons in NXT. That's fucking nuts. That's crazy.
That's pretty messed up. But let's go there, right? We talked about Braun. We talked about Paul. And I just have to quote my guy. This is during right before he's about to go on his heart attack. And I was like, oh my God, he's about to have a heart attack on live television on Netflix. That'll get some more higher ratings for damn sure. I had to write this down. This is one of my notes that you called me out on. But I had to get it right because the shit was fire.
This is note number 1.
This is note number...
Or is this note number 2?
This is number 5. Note number 5.
You said you had 3 notes.
No, I have 3 pieces of paper over here. There's notes on it. So listen. He said, I took a stray big dog off of island of irrelevancy. And he created the bloodline. Yo, what the hell? Paul impresses me all the goddamn on time, over and over and over and over again. And when he said that, my mind is blown because I'm like, oh shit, he was the big dog eating dog food. He sure was. He took my own tribal chief, the original tribal chief number 1 up, no longer on my Mount Rushmore. Maybe until I can get over my feelings about it. And he made him relevant. He calls it out. He's saying that he's the creator of the bloodline. Forget the Anoa'i family, who's actually the real creator of the bloodline. He said, no, I'm the one created him. When you heard him spit those bars, and then Jay said after he went and almost blew a gasket, you good? What were y'all thinking when Paulie gave that Oscar award-winning promo?
Oh, I
thought. Yeah, well, go ahead. You go first.
Oh, I loved it. I was like, man, I missed this Paul Heyman. Like, right, we had the subservient Paul Heyman that kind of like, lingered in the back and just looked at Roman Reigns like he was a trophy. Like, I miss the evil maniac Paul Heyman manager, right? That can just get on the mic and just catch fire. And he was doing that all night, like, right, in his little different segments. I miss this Paul Heyman, man. For me, I love the Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, Braun combo. I love every single minute of it.
What I thought was, damn, it's been a long time since we heard Paul cut a real heel promo. That was number 1. The second thing I thought was, this is Paul's brainchild.
It's Paul's who? I didn't hear you.
Brainchild.
Okay.
Number 3, I thought Paul Heyman's right and the crowd's stupid. Because how are you booing what he's saying? He said, my best friend put me in a position like he did. There's nothing to boo there. And he said, he point blank pointed out, this man lost his title to Cody Rhodes. He left me. I get damn near destroyed in my home state of New York. He don't come back for me. He comes back for the Ula Fala. And I'm the bad guy, and the crowd is still booing. And I'm like, I get it. But come on, y'all. Like, he is 100% actual factual in everything that he said. I was glad it took 3 episodes of Raw, I guess, to get that. Because he never said why he turned on Punk and Roman. We got it there. Thought it was great. Thought it was fantastic.
I love hearing his villain story only from his mouth, the way he did it. And then little thing I caught, Pat McAfee said that him and Braun took a trip to the sun. Yo, I died laughing.
Man, my guy looked like a red Laffy Taffy.
Which one?
Both. BOFUM. I don't know what's happening right now.
I was like, they darker than me. Like, what the hell happened?
They damn sure darker than me. I was like, how'd that happen? So, I don't know if it's spray tan, but I want to get some of that. I'm going to start spray tanning.
Why?
Just for the pod. Because I think it looked good, man. I think it looked good. But I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And then you parlay that with the announcement of Seth and Jay for Raw. And that's why I love not calling out everything that's going to be on your show. You can't do it every week, right? But how that worked had everybody thinking. There's not one person who did not think by a split second. Even you said there's a 99% chance Jey Uso is going to win. Everybody had at least 1% of like, but what if? Just what if?
I was pissed at that point.
Just what if?
I was pissed. I was like, you gave it to my boy Jay for less than a month?
We talked about it 2 weeks ago. And I talked about how Jay's aura is kind of indescribable unless you are in his presence. I said I saw him at Wale Mania. I saw him at the WrestleMania press conference, and he has it now. He has it. He has it. He has last few weeks. He looks like a mini Roman. Now you got the black joggers, right? So he ain't got the blue color, the purple color. He's got just the gold frames and still writes the yeet, but it's like, and he's got the wife beater on, the A shirt. It's a different presentation. It's a little bit more cleaner, like as for a champion, but he's got it. He's got it in it. Him and Seth did the damn thing. I know we've talked about it previously on this show, but Seth is the man.
Number 1 through 4 on Mount Rushmore.
Seth is the man. And I was really confused that they still got the sing-along song, though. Don't understand that. Like, you can't, in my opinion, cut that awesome promo with Sammy 2 weeks ago, and this is my friend, and I got to take you out because this is for the greater good. Just to next week still come out and we're still doing the whole singing thing. That's a disconnect for me, significant disconnect. Maybe they change his music like next week or the week after, but to me that has to go away because you got a badass like Braun who is now just a mercenary. You got Heyman back on his shit, and now we got sing along Seth still. So maybe he won't after he lost the title to, or he lost his chance, with Jay, and then Punk is back now. But I talk a lot about high level grabs. That main event. Everything about that main event and everybody involved was high level grabs, down to how the match was formatted, down to the false finishes, down to Sammy coming out looking like he looked, thought he was going to help. He ain't the one to help. And then we get the stomp, we get the Braun Breaker interference, and then we get the Punk music. Like everything they did was tremendous. That's high level, man. That is when wrestling is done right. That's what it looks like, and that's what it feels like. And then you hear the crowd, that's what it sounds like. Like that is when you talk about what it's supposed to be. That is that in a nutshell. Kudos and bravo to everybody involved in that main event last night. I thought it was tremendous.
I echo that exact same sentiment. The match itself to me was a little bit slower in the beginning because you know the type of matches I like. And I'm like, you know what, let me stop. Because Seth is my number 1, 2, 3, 4 on my Mount Rushmore. And hey, Jay is a champ, and I believe in this champ. I'm like, let me just try to see what y'all talk about when y'all talk about the psychology of a wrestling match. I'm like, let me just sit here and watch. Let me just try to not be Rhodesia and just watch it. And you're right. I mean, when it's done right for someone like me who likes super high, fast, get this match overdone in one segment. Don't carry on to multiple segments. Get this match done quick. I was like, okay, I can start learning to appreciate what it's like to put on a match that you do moves, you do bumps, you take time to relax, you get the crowd excited into the match. And I'm like, okay, my only complaint about it, because I can't sit up here and say it on other things and not say it here, is there was a lot of false finishes. But again, I don't see this combination a lot. And with the characters that was involved, it made sense. But I did think for a second, like, there's a lot of false finishes here. But bravo match.
Really good match, man. That was like that was love making right there, y'all. That was love making.
Right?
They whined us and dined us a little bit, made us feel good. Then they took our hand and led us upstairs, and closed the door and locked the door, make sure the kids can't come in, and set the mood with a little candlelight, and had a little foreplay, and then it got real wild real quick, right when it got juicy. That's when you had CM Punk come. But like one of my favorite spots for the year, right, and it's still early, was that pedigree. The spear into the
pedigree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a really, really nice. I don't know if I've seen it before, but it was like flawless. Like
they did it. Roman did it. Roman and Seth did it at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Flawless.
This one looked better.
Yeah.
So clean.
Did you see
that's a spot I will always pop for.
Yeah, and did you see the little, and again, this is me starting to put on my Matthew eyes, looking at wrestling. Did y'all get a chance to see then the second time it was done, how Jay just elevated his body a little bit higher, just by a little bit, so he didn't get pedigreed? I'm like, okay. But I like this. So it's those little things right there. Yes, he came up just a little higher.
When you look at that and you say, damn, there's meticulous thought put in these spots.
Yeah.
Like that is, man, like that's goosebumps. Like for me, like that's when it's like, man, you put care into this. Yeah. You fucking Sammy coming out there looking like he looked, bandaged up, beat up. I'm coming to get me some though. Typical wrestling 101 is the good guy is back to save the day. Match is over. He got speared out his boots. You off to the sides too, buddy. Not this week. Not this week. Holy shit, Jay about to lose title. What are we doing right now? Oh my God, he just got hit with a stomp. He ain't kicking out of 2 stomps now.
No, he's not. Right?
And then Punk's music hits. Man, that's how you do it, man. Like that's good shit.
Yep,
that's good shit. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Oh, so I tell you what I am excited about, and of course we got to run down in your house.
Wait, before you go there,
you said what
about your girl? I thought you had something.
Oh no, I ain't done. No, okay. No, that's what I'm saying. So we ain't got to talk about it too much here. But thank the heavens, we don't have to see Jey Uso and Logan Paul on WWF in your house this Saturday. I'm so happy about that. I'm going to assume they're holding off for Saturday night's main event because they got Backlash this Saturday. They got Saturday night's main event. Then they got Money in the Bank all in like 30 days. So I'm going to assume that's what they held it off for. But
he said in your house.
This is definitely an in your house lineup. If I ain't never seen a Madison Square Garden house show, super show.
I mean, looking at this card, absolutely.
This is this card.
Oh my gosh, you were so right.
Yes, Ishan. I am very happy. And I was like, look at her. Iyo Sky has hit another level. The confidence, the comfort. She is clicking on all cylinders. And it's not about the wins and losses. It's not about her presentation. She has found her confidence and a level of work and a level of knowing who she should be and is on camera that she has never had. As much as I loved her in NXT, as much as I've always loved her on the main roster, if you watch her right now, it is just a whole another level. Compare her to Rhea Ripley. Rhea, about a year ago or so, found it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said there was a certain, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. I said there was a certain entrance that Rhea hit.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I
remember that.
damn near got goosebumps. I said, she got it. She's figured it out. The way she's, singing her song, the way she's hitting her moves, I'm like, she got it. She figured it out. Iyo's there now. And I'm so happy for her. We shitted on the build of the triple threat match at WrestleMania. We wanted just one-on-one. We were like, damn, Iyo's the afterthought. We're seeing all the time and effort put in by her and everybody else. She's got it now. And she is a joy to watch. And her and Roxanne did the damn thing.
Roxanne coming through again. Roxanne is showing you that not only is she a come up on the main roster type person, she got it. And you talk about got it. No, she doesn't have the Iyo got it yet because Roxanne couldn't hold world championship right now. But where she's at in age and just how she wrestles, how she moves, you would think that she's been wrestling for at least 15, 20 years as far as how she looks comfortable in the ring.
Yeah, that was some good wrestling right there, goddamn it. That was some good wrestling. And as you said, I felt like I noticed something different with Iyo during that match as well.
Yep.
She seemed like a deserving champion in that moment. Because sometimes Rhea, Bianca, those are my girls. Love Iyo too, but something about her on Raw, it was like a totally different game. So I'm totally with you. And Roxanne just looked really good. They had some really good back and forth chain wrestling between two. They had some really good chemistry in the ring. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch with those girls. I'm looking forward to the next match just based off what we saw on Monday.
So we're getting the tag match Monday. Iyo and Rhea versus Julia and Roxanne. And I had tweeted yesterday, I said before Raw, I said, if what I think we're getting, we don't get. And I thought this would be the announcement, right? The tag team, because it only made sense of Roxanne's trajectory. But they've been running through these matches with Roxanne she ain't gonna be fucking on the main roster.
Right. You see, she's about to go stale.
Can we slow down for a second, please? She ain't getting wins, last night or Monday didn't hurt her by taking a loss. But it's kind of like, okay, can we slow down for a sec? Can we are we building? I'm not hating this at all, but she is magnificent. And I know I've been high on Roxanne. I love her. I love everything about her. I know E before made a comment about she's got to figure out her character piece. She is so good in the ring. She is, this is now me deep diving it, but she's always where she's supposed to be. You never have to worry about her being out of place. You never have to worry about her not hitting a particular spot. And everybody has a mistake. I'm not saying that. But if you watch her matches and you take away looking at her knowing that she's new, right? Or she's newer. The girl's been working, damn near, I think a decade. I think she started wrestling when she was 15. She looks like a veteran.
Right.
She does. She looks like a veteran. And now, they got her and Julia paired. Julia looks like a star. I did say I thought that Stephanie, I still do, was kind of outpacing Julia. But to watch Julia and Roxanne do, these, the heel tactics and after the matches, the beat downs and such, it's fun to watch. It's really fun to watch. But Roxanne's it. She is. Anybody who has been listening to me talk about Roxanne for a couple years and maybe, really wasn't in tune to NXT and you're seeing her now, this is what I've been talking about. She is another one that has it.
I will say, and it could just be age. It could be the experience, the at-bats that there's no shortcuts when it comes to that. But when I will take back the fact that I wanted her to come up to main roster, probably was 2 years ago now after WrestleMania, when I said, man, they should have been called her up. When she went good, was a champion, it felt a little bit off for a second in NXT, and she lost her championship, and she came back as kind of a bad girl. Now, hindsight, me in 2020, I'm so happy that they didn't pull her up because she was molded to another level of learning in that 1.5-year time frame. That's something that they couldn't miss. So again, I will backtrack and say that I'm happy they didn't bring her up 2 years ago, because although I felt that she was ready, this Roxanne version we have now is going to be more sustainable than the Roxanne we would have saw 2 years ago, because now she is comfortable in if she's playing a good girl or a bad girl. And I'll tell you this, I know that Roxanne's a bad girl. I know it. But I sat up here and believed a handshake. And I think even in her own spirit too, that the handshake was real, but she's still a bad girl. But in that moment, if that was Roxanne turning good girl, I was there for it, and like where it was believable for me. So again, knowing that she can be both good or bad, and I can go for that ride or go on that ride with her. I think her having to figure out when people were kind of booing her for a second when she was a good girl back in NXT, and then learning how to navigate and come out that was some experience that I'm so happy she was able to get, because it is now going to make her a much more sustained career on main roster.
And that's why I have a hard time watching less than wrestling, no matter where it's from. WWE, AEW, TNA. Because the reason why you felt that in that moment was because of the way the match was worked and the way the match finished. Because of the 2 counts, the 2 counts, the 2 counts. Damn, she just got me. Oh, I almost had her. You know what? Good game. Yeah. That doesn't work if the match wasn't worked in the way it was worked.
Correct.
Like, everything has to be together. And a lot of times there's just shortcuts taken, right? They'll throw that fake handshake into a match where the match didn't dictate there should be a handshake, so you don't even believe the handshake.
Right.
And a handshake, like, yes. Mm-hmm. There was something you guys didn't talk about last week, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Charlotte Flair, she actually said this right after WrestleMania. She talked about she hopes to tap more into her real self on TV because Charlotte is not relatable. She said, on the opposite side of WrestleMania, I think I will tap more into that and kind of try to bring me, Ashley, the real person, to Charlotte. Because I do feel Charlotte really isn't. The character I made is not relatable. React to that quote from Miss Charlotte.
I believe that there's truth in that. I also believe that if she didn't get kind of some backlash that she's received over this last 6 weeks, I don't know if she would have came out and said that verbally. Is one thing if you are clicking on all cylinders and you are getting the reactions you want as a heel, as a bad person, and then you come out and say that. But when you're not kind of getting that engagement of the crowd that you want, it's easier to say it. When I hear Ashley, I hear that you want to be the girl next door face. At this point, she's going to always be the queen to me. But at this point, if she wants that where she can connect to the crowd that way, she will have to do a complete turnaround. She has to be a completely different character for us to be able to be what she wants us to be for her. Outside of me, I'm going to always represent Charlotte. I think she the best to do it as far as the 4 horsewoman, as far as kind of transcending women's wrestling when they came up out of NXT. But if her main goal is to get people to connect with her and get a character that people can relate to, because clearly the Charlotte Queen isn't working, then she is going to have to do a 180.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't nobody want to relate to you. I say it with all respect. They want to dislike you. They want to boo you. It don't really matter what she comes out and she does. Like, people ain't trying to hear that shit. And they need to tap into that. Own that. Turn it. Use it. Right? Mold it. Because she can get a reaction. Right? It's not exactly X-Pac heat. Right? But it's heat, and then she's getting emotion from the crowd. Use that. When I was watching her and Tiffy, it felt like, to me, like with some of her verbiage, that she was trying to like fight the reaction of the crowd. She kept trying to get them to want to cheer her and try to turn them with her. Like, why? Like, what's going on? Right? When we talk about being professional and respectful or disrespectful, like, Tiffy is positioned as the baby face. You are the heel. Why are you trying to get the crowd on your side? Like, right? She needs to use the energy that she's getting for her favor. Now, if she want to add some more layers to the evil queen character, great, let's do that. But what I would recommend them do is book her with stronger characters that can withstand the ultimate evil aura that she provides, right? Don't put her in there with a Roxanne Perez. She gonna eat her ass alive. Don't put her in there with a Julia. Like, right? You know who you put her in there with? If you want to bring somebody new, Stephanie Vacour. Put her in there with her. Like, right? Because You want to talk about someone who has aura and it's undeniable. And it don't matter what Charlotte tries to do. Like, it's not going to deny that. Because you can't unsee what you're seeing. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what she says. Oh, like that's going to, like, that woman's going to come for her. When she gets in the ring with her, she's like a little pit bull. She's going to bring it to her, like, from a physicality standpoint. So you need to put her in the ring with people who can match the type of character that she is. Don't bring these soft cookie cutters. And this ain't really to knock Tiffany, like, but don't look. Bring me a established Raw. Bring me Bianca. Bring me Becky. Bring me Rhea. You know what I'm saying? Bring me freaking bring them established, experienced people who know their characters and they're true to themselves. Like, right? Those are the people that she can get in the ring and she can stand for. Like, I don't want to hear this. I need to bring. We don't want you, Ashley. No, like, hey, now when you ride off to the sunset, you know what I'm saying? It's time for your career to wind down, and everybody want to love you like we doing Randy Orton. We want to get to know Randy, right? Cause we miss Randy, and he is so genuine, and he's for the crowd. Okay, cool. Give us that Ashley, but right now we don't want Ashley. We barely want the Queen. So use that to your advantage, and be a mean, nasty heel. I don't know how many they even have on their roster right now, to be honest.
Yeah, the takeaway I had was they want her to be a face. That was the takeaway. Yep. And Charlotte's not working as constructed. You brought up Becky. I got to bring this up.
Oh, I got something on that too.
You got some on Becky Hogan?
Yeah, but I was going to save that for the Backlash preview.
Okay.
But
so this is separate. I'm talking about her responding to the Becky Hogan stuff.
No, enlighten me.
The way Seth Rollins has moved up on the Mount Rushmore, put Becky up there, damn it. So, of course, Becky's been called Becky Hogan over the last few weeks. So they feel like she's taking people's spots, et cetera, et cetera. So she was on the Raw recap show, and she said, trying to get like the character stuff out the way. She says, my nose doesn't sit perfectly straight anymore. My shoulder's popping out. I've got scars on my arms. All of this because of what I've given to this industry. I wear the scars of what I've done on my body. I wear them with pride because of all I've given back. And these people go around and they compare me to this scummy person on earth. Shout out to you, Becky. Piece of shit Hulk Hogan. Getting it from all angles. Then Shelton goes hard on him earlier today on X. Tells that man, keep my name out your motherfucking mouth. I love that. You see that? He called him Benjamin Shelton twice. Oh yeah, he really. I like Benjamin Shelton. He said it twice.
Oh, I must say the N word on this show.
And my guy Shelton. I'll tell you exactly what Shelton said. Goes back to that fake ass apology.
Wasn't that the one with the Oscar too? Didn't Hogan say Oscar too?
Yeah, who knows, man.
I think it was. I think
Shelton
he did.
says, message to Hulk Hogan: you lost me forever with your "don't get caught," or as you would call it, apology speech. So rather than screw up my name and pretend we've ever had any sort of camaraderie, which we never had, please do me a favor. And he uses the Will Smith gift where Will Smith said, keep my name out your fucking mouth. Love it. Shout out to Hogan getting shitted on any and every possible moment.
Catching all them strays. Good.
Catching them all.
So let's see. I ain't putting Becky on the Mount Rushmore, but maybe like temporarily. Maybe it should be 4. You got Seth 1, 2, 3. This is a fluid Mount Rushmore as we know here. So I'll give her there.
Last thing on the women, and then I got a thing I want to play for you guys. Bushman sent it to me, and he can't be more wrong, and Bully Ray can't be more wrong. But I got to play this. Okay. Liv Morgan. Shout out to Liv Morgan. I said she was the MVP for the last 12 months in WWE. And then I see CM Punk comes out on the interview and says she was the MVP of 2024. And everybody fucking likes it and retweets it.
Because he listens to the show.
God bless there. But she's doing a movie, which is awesome. They said she should be done by mid-May. But very happy for her. Of course, she deserves everything that she gets. She's been rocking it out. Bushman sends me a text message a few days ago. And this is from the Busted Open podcast. And it is about how they could have done WrestleMania better without The Rock's involvement, but involving The Rock. I got to play this for you guys. I think, and Bully Ray typically is spot on, this has to be the worst idea I have ever heard for a WrestleMania. And I'll leave it at that. And I'll play it
And it would have been so easy to cover this up as opposed to all the BS that was said on Pat McAfee's show. And I mentioned it on Busted Open already. Get to the finish of Cena and Cody. Cody is blowing a massive comeback. Cody is about to win. Hit the Rock's music. Rock's music, massive distraction. Cena catches Cody. Boom, 1, 2, 3. Rock goes on Pat McAfee and goes, I didn't even have to be there to take Cody's soul. Now John has Cody's championship, and Cody will always have to go to sleep with one eye open, wondering when the final boss is coming to take his soul.
Couldn't take his soul, so I took his championship.
I made the phone call. Why do you think my music hit? Because I have the direct line to the production truck. I hit my music. I run this place. The final boss is the be-all, the end-all, the alpha, the omega of WWE. I didn't even, and I called, by the way, I called from the beach in Bali. I don't know, make up some crazy shit. Cody Rhodes, no matter where The Rock is on God's green earth, The Rock can always toy and screw with you.
That was Bully Ray's thought of how they could have made WrestleMania better. Now, and I love Dave LaGreca. Met Dave. Dave is a fan of the podcast, the Twitter. I'm going to try to get Dave on the pod. I am going to reach out to Dave sometime this year and see if he can come on. I think
hey, man. Hey, I ain't going to lie to you, man. I actually thought about calling the Busted Open, talking to Dave, man.
Do it.
Because I legit want to share with him how much it meant to me as a fan when he came over to me with Matt at All In. I'll get him mixed. All In was
All Out. All Out.
Yeah, I think it was All Out weekend. Yeah,
All Out. He came. I was told the story countless times. I'm gonna quickly get to it. He came over to me in the middle of a crowd during his own like showing or something like that to come talk to a fan. Right? He, not because it was me or anything. He heard there was a fan that subscribes to his show, and that's a big fan of his. And he came over to meet me while I was in line in somebody else's, some other wrestler's line.
Well, yeah, so he was doing interviews. He was in between interviews. I went over just to go talk to him real quick. And I told him, I was like, hey, man, I was like, crazy story. First time I met you was at the first ever All In. You guys were doing the live show at the hotel. I was like, and my friend who was with me had never heard of your show before. And he's here with me now. He now listens and he subscribes. He was like, oh, let's go talk to him. So that which was really fucking cool. But I am going to reach out to Dave. Shout out to Dave. But that's the worst idea I've ever heard on Busted Open. You cannot at WrestleMania hit The Rock's music and The Rock does not show up. You would have a riot at WrestleMania. You think the Backlash was bad before this? You hit The Rock's music, Cena wins, lights go on, good night everybody, and that's it? All right. Can't do it. Won't do it. That's a bad idea.
I don't think it's a terrible idea. I don't listen to Busted Open. Probably some really great episodes going on over there. Dave LaGreca, an awesome guy, because I was with you when that whole interaction happened. Just a pure soul energy. I'm quite sure they probably had worse takes than that, Matt. Let's be honest. And
Dave tweeted you too when you was on your high horse sitting down when Cody came out.
What did he say?
Remember? I tweeted the picture. He quote tweeted.
Oh, he did. He said,
"Sure did."
Not a Cody fan, huh? Or something like that. Or something. He whatever. He marked out for Cody, which he would. Anyways, I'm not totally against that. So I'm just trying to imagine myself as the type of fan that I am in the moment. In that moment, we all agreed that we felt like something was missing. Now, of course, we don't know how it really will play out until after it's happened. To us right now, life goes one moment, the next moment, we move forward in time. So I don't know like how bad it would have been if they did play his music, boom, boom, go on Matt McAfee, everything that Bully said. But listening to what Bully said as a fan in that moment, I think I may have felt a little bit complete. Now, that would absolutely have given Rock nuclear heat at that point. Like, it's going to be the fuck you, Rocky, forever at this point. But I don't think that was the worst thing ever. I thought that actually was pretty cool. And again, you're not going to riot. You're not going to get thrown out of the building and have a lifetime ban. Maybe some people. I know my ass won't. I'm not about to get kicked out of it for an emotion.
Bro, you say that in hindsight. The way you lost your mind when Brock beat Undertaker and was ready to leave WrestleMania.
Right, but I wasn't ready to
with
riot.
Expensive ass seats.
I wasn't about to riot.
You are telling me the Rock's music hits.
Uh-huh.
He never shows, and that's the end of the show, and you're going to get up and be like, oh, that was cool. No, you would lose your mind and you would complain and talk about how much them seats cost and them tickets cost, and you play around with people's emotions. We just knew the Rock was going to be there. You hit his music and he doesn't show up. You are a damn liar.
But I felt that same way, too, that the Rock didn't show up. I felt the same way anyways. I had the same...
You let Travis Scott go out there and take 15 minutes to get down to the ring. Fiend.
What you feel?
Fiend.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad an idea, man. It wasn't that bad an idea.
See,
he
wasn't even hype on WrestleMania, so that don't count. He don't care. His boy Cody lost. He don't give a damn how they got to it. He's like, look, I just want to fast forward to Cody with the title again.
You see what he do? I don't agree with him, and he just starts trying to cut my credibility down. Like, right? You see what he does? I know this man for too damn long, but yeah, it wasn't that bad of an idea. It's just one of the things you kind of you take it to the creative room, right? And you let it bounce off, and you nurture it, and you know what I'm saying. That's one of the things. At the base of it is a good idea. Hey, how can we get him involved without him actually, if he can't be there, or for whatever? If he couldn't be there, he couldn't be there. How can we get involved? How can we tie it to a storyline for later? Like, if everything isn't always about the now and the WrestleMania moment, it's something they could do for later. So if they want to play his music for a moment, and like, hey, he hit a button, Travis Scott appeared, or he hit a button and the referee done got switched, like, you know what I'm saying? And then he can tie that into later on. Like, yeah, I did that. Like, yeah, I mean, that's something you can explore. That's something that you can explore for a storyline later on.
I think petty ass Rock, though, if that would have happened, I think Triple H would have been one of these WWE releases. Because he already said that if you can't give me what I want, I don't have shit to do with this WrestleMania. If he found out that they played his song and he ain't coming out, oh, people losing their jobs.
I am waiting for the one press release where it says Paul Levesque. It's like, what?
Right, I'm telling you. So again, if that bully example happened, Paul Levesque would have absolutely been on the chopping block. Next there with Braun Strowman.
I'll be damned. Real quick before we get to Backlash, right? AKA WWF in your house.
WWF in your house. Got it.
So I said I had a lot of time on my hands last week. I'm sure you haven't been to the movies, so I'm sure you haven't seen Sinners. It's a movie. Tremendous movie.
I did go see a Minecraft movie, though.
You probably took the kids, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How'd you like it? How'd you like it, and how did they like it?
Oh, the kids said that was like the best movie they ever seen.
Aw.
You know,
like, do you play Minecraft? Like, do you know anything about Minecraft?
Oh, they play it all the time.
What about you, though?
You know, I bought this. They didn't want to. I bought it from a couple years ago. It's a Minecraft Defenders.
Okay.
But not the actual game. That was like an action RPG type thing.
So, with the limited knowledge you knew, was the movie interesting at all to you?
Actually was. You know, and Jack Black is a good time, right?
So, then if you went to go see Minecraft, have a date night with Katrina, go see Sinners. Highly recommend it. Ryan Kluger hits another one out the park. So I was on Twitter. Shout out my guy, Lil Fame 79. He puts out a tweet. He said, I ain't gonna spoil anything, but eating strange juke joint coochie in the wild is insane business. I'm not going to spoil, but there's a particular part in the movie where beautiful young lady, and one of the musicians started getting the thing, and he started feeling himself, and he wanted to take her in the room, and she tells him like, "Hey, I walked here, right? Like, I need to go freshen up." He ain't trying to hear none of that. He like, open them legs, let me go to town, right? And he get a little taste. I tweeted and said, so are we acting like we ain't never been at that level of horny before? Because let me tell you something, buddy. All right? Some of the comments were hilarious. That's not my question. My question to you guys, both of you, and of course, you got to, of course, change your mindset a little bit. On the personal horny scale, from 1 to 10, where does that rank for you personally? Is that a 1, like, oh man, that's nothing? Or is that a 10, like, I would never do that?
Where
does that rank on your horny scale?
I would never do that. I would never do that. First off, and I'm a woman. Women with JJs are
no. I know, but you don't do that anyway. So that's what says. So yours is a little bit differently.
Oh, you mean okay?
Yours
got
is
it.
a little different,
Got
right?
it for,
So
for a guy.
when that thing,
stop.
Well, look,
No, stop.
when that thing is hidden, right? When that thing is hidden,
Stop.
where no common
about to throw up.
sense
I'm
no
about to throw
longer happens. I just got to get to this thing. Everybody has been in that level of horny. I know for a fact you've been in that level of horny, sir. Where just common sense ain't hidden right now. I just want to know from a scale of 1 to 10.
That's a 10.
Where is that at on your level? That's
Still
all.
A 10. Still a 10.
So that's a 10 for you.
Well, wait, hold on real quick. If, and you're right, I'm sorry. She says she needs to freshen up because she's been walking, so I'm assuming it's sweating. It doesn't necessarily mean that it stinks.
Correct.
It's just, yeah. So, yeah, okay. So
he said, I ain't trying to hear none of that.
Yeah. No, so if the
you
dude...
sit back and let me play this 1930s.
If the dude wasn't stinky, then I would say that it's nothing. I had added that caveat of it being stinky. Yeah. No, that's
no marathon.
No. I mean, then it's just you're gonna do it. Okay. You got some extra movement down there now for you.
Got it. Where is that at on your level?
That's probably at 10 though. But I got a rule though, man. I got a rule. Like my rule, tell my wife, get it up, gotta lay it down. Hey, have you ever got? Get
it up to lay it down. What?
Yeah, I said if you get it up,
if you get it up, you gotta lay down.
You gotta lay it down, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Matt, you ever got bullied to some booty before?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I remember I remember
that's rape,
time.
y'all. That's rape.
I remember there was a time,
sexual assault.
And I felt like
so
my
you
manhood,
need to talk to somebody.
I felt like my manhood was at stake because you know what I'm saying. Girl came over. We've been talking about this all week. You know what I'm saying? She came through. Boys drop. Long John Silver's. I started going to go get the tartar sauce, man. I'm like, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, damn, I can't just not go through with it right now.
So you gotta do it.
Saying?
That is rape.
You too deep in now.
But that's rape.
You gotta do it.
There was no consent there.
I felt like I had to, what I'm gonna do.
You gotta do it. I mean, really, what it was you got to take one for yourself. Everybody has heard take one for the team. You got to take one for yourself, man. Like you're here now, and you're an absolute lie. That's not a 10 for you, E. I don't have any personal stories for you. I know, but when the horny hit, there is no way that's a 10. That's not a 10.
Yeah, because we're talking about just wetness. We're not talking about like stinkiness.
No, I mean, hey, look, I would smash. But I ain't about to go get the lunchbox open.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, right?
I know.
I'm not. And for me, that's a 1. That's a negative 1. I've done that before. Like that is light work. Come on, man. No, that's light work. Look. Cause I felt where he was coming from. He told that woman, and she was an upstanding woman. She said, "No. I walked here."
She wasn't upstanding, so let's not do that.
She was upstanding, but not.
She had a whole married man, husband, a whole married husband.
That don't count because we already got to that point. And we passed that now.
Hey, I am planning on watching the movie, so
that ain't giving anything away.
All right, look. When you watch the movie, you're gonna come back and be like, "I get it now."
It's a 5. He go back. It's a 5.
He be like, "All right,
it's 5.
What's he gonna say?
Depends on how long it's been since I had some.
WWF in your house this Saturday. Today is the 2-year anniversary from the Bad Bunny entrance in Puerto Rico at Backlash.
And Zelina.
Yes, but Bad Bunny's the one. Mm-hmm. It's been 2 years now. Actually, one of our most watched YouTube shorts is actually about that topic, where we talked about Bad Bunny's entrance. And I think I said it was like the best entrance in wrestling history. Mm-hmm. It's been 2 years. Has there been an entrance that's even remotely came close to that entrance for you guys? There's not one for me.
I mean, I would imagine in 2 years it would have to have been, but nothing is sticking out in my head right now. So then I think I would have to say Bad Bunny.
Yeah, Bad Bunny. The answer is no. Then if you don't remember anything,
Bad Bunny is the one, but Jey Uso's had some good Yeet Fest. Like when the crowd was
last year, actually at France and Backlash, yeah,
that
was the one. Rocking. That was the one where they started doing the yeeting and making sure. It. Yep, that was the one. That's a 1 year anniversary.
Big ass arena, everybody waving, and they singing the song. I don't know if I felt as powerful as Bad Bunny coming out there, because they was feeling that song he had, and the song was hitting too. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yes, sir.
Now
And that
Jay's
bass was
song-
knocking.
Oh yeah, it was. I had never heard it before, but you know what I'm saying. They made me get into the song. This is why off them, but Jay probably is close, and then I think Cody's had a couple of them. You know, them singing his song.
Okay. All right. I got the card up.
I got the card too.
Okay. This card is, guys, WWF in your house. It is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you only got 3 weeks to build and you're about to build to Saturday Night's Main Event, you're about to build to, I mean, we are legit, I think, 5 weeks away from Money in the Bank. They can't get to that. Maybe they'll start promoting it next week, but they got to promote Saturday Night's Main Event.
I got only one thing on this whole in your house.
What you got?
I've asked a question first, so I have to position it this way. Both of you have to answer.
Okay. E, you hear that?
Both of you. So you have to give a number. It's a number.
On scale of 1 to 10, how horny am I for WWF in your house?
No.
Oh.
Maybe that'd be for our Patreon that we don't have. I don't even know how that works. Anyways, how many times did we hear recycle on Raw?
You have the actual answer?
I have the actual answer.
Recycle?
Painstakingly, I listened to the exchange a couple of times to make sure my numbers are accurate.
I'm going to go 5.
I'll go 5 as well.
4.
I was going to say 4, but I added 1 more because I thought there had to be a reason why.
How many times did we hear the word garbage?
More or less.
Oh, then you must not remember this promo that Becky, her first 20 bars was garbage.
Okay.
Garbage.
That's what I thought. All right. So I'm going to go 26.
Okay.
25.
10. Point is, I'm listening to this promo, and by God, is Lyra getting better? Or Lyra is developing more and more and more and more. I'm not saying getting better. She's developing more. And who knows, maybe Becky did this promo so that she didn't completely outshine Lyra. I don't know. But when I first heard it, I was like, this is an absolute train wreck. I thought I was listening to circa 2025 rap. It was 10 words that Becky said, and 5 of them was garbage. When y'all was listening to that exchange before Lyra came out and they got into it and got into some work and some business, where did you think that promo was going with Becky?
I honestly didn't have a problem with it, to be honest with you. But, you know, I wasn't, I'm usually doing other things as I'm watching wrestling half the time anyway. So it probably didn't stand out to me as much as it did you.
Oh, it was garbage. No pun intended.
Promo was great. That was a great promo segment.
It
Because
started off great too for
Yes,
you?
because
Oh
when
my
Becky
God.
was landing, Becky strategically had a promo to make sure she didn't get cheered. And it worked. Becky was still getting cheered up to this point. And Becky that promo was twofold. It was to put a lot of heat on Bayley in a good way, calling Bayley garbage.
Yep.
It's not, you can't really call somebody even worse than that. Really. You know, you're basically calling her a piece of shit. They're on WWE, so they can't say that.
But they're on Raw,
and
they
then
could.
setting Lyra up to have a really strong comeback to set up the match on Saturday. That was a really good promo.
I hated it.
Yeah,
I remember, like I said, I don't remember thinking
That
it was
beginning
that
part
bad,
was trash.
but I felt like it was fine. And
Yeah,
That
then, of
beginning part
course,
was trash.
Lyra, Matt, man, she's killing the game. with
I
these
heard you.
skirts.
I heard you.
She
I
came out
heard
with
you.
another one on Monday.
Yeah, I thought about
just-
you when I saw it.
Yeah, man, she doing it, man.
Yep. All right, so if you start there with these, who y'all got winning, Lyra or Becky?
Because it's for the championship, it still has to be Lyra. And I would have said 100% Lyra, but I'm going to give her 99.1 because of what you said Becky Hogan represented.
That's funny.
Yo, didn't I say that Becky should win?
Yeah, you did.
Title?
You did.
To put some extra oomph on that championship.
I think that's what's going to happen. And then
Well-
I'll set her up with the feud with Bayley.
There you go. I was gonna say, so they can go 2 different ways. Like Bayley can either help Lyra or show up after she beats her. I don't know if you want to have her help her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, or you could have. I mean, that'd be kind of crazy though if Becky does beat Lyra. But I mean, if you have Becky beat Lyra, then that goes right to an IC program with Bayley.
Yep.
Remember, Triple H did say, Bayley be fine, guys. Don't
Bayley
worry
be
about it.
fine, yep. Because she's gonna be the next champion, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, after Becky.
So, Rhodesia, you're going with Lyra. E,
I'm
you're
going
going with
Lyra.
Becky.
Yep.
I'm going to go no contest because of Bayley interference. I'm going to go right down the middle.
Ooh, that's a little bit of a cheat.
Yeah, I know it is. I really don't believe it. I'm just saying it. I'm just podding right now at this point.
It ain't no different when we pod then.
Well, I give answers. You don't want to answer nothing. You damn sure don't want to answer nothing unless you're drinking. You
No,
like,
no. I will absolutely.
You be like, you know what? I've had some. Okay, I'll say it.
No. Okay, first off, I will say it, but I do preface it like if you don't just get to the goddamn PR, get past the PR that you're trying to say and just get to the point. But they still cut and paste what I said after my first lead up sentence.
I'll say it. Shoot, I've had a couple drinks.
It's called liquid
Pat
courage.
McAfee and Gunther, they got me. They got me invested.
Mhm.
If I was not on Death's doorstep last week, I would have came on this pod. And outside of Pat McAfee giving his, I'm going to die. So this is the promo that you guys are going to remember me by. At the announcer's desk last week. He followed up with another strong one this week. I would have said, get this shit out of here. That and then the combination of Jay and Logan Paul.
Not happening.
I was done. I was done for. But they got me. They got me wrapped up. I am really looking forward to this match. And I think there is no way, of course, Gunther loses. I think Pat's going to give him a good match, whatever that may look like, because who knows what type of story they're going to tell. But Gunther basically said, I'm choking the shit out of you. You're dying. But great promo segment. But give me Gunther in a entertaining match.
Oh, so you added that extra. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say I don't care. So again, if I have to answer, Gunther's gonna win. In an entertaining match, but not an entertaining like maybe I think how you're saying entertaining. It's not gonna be like, oh, that was a waste of 8 minutes of my life. I'm not gonna say that.
I'm going Gunther. I've enjoyed their exchanges. I thought it was an excellent segment on Raw. I really enjoy Raw from top to bottom for the most part.
Yep.
I am actually interested in the match, but I'm going Gunther.
Yep, going Gunther. The match they added last night with like no real legit true story for it. Dominic versus Penta for the IC championship. Now remember, Penta's already had an IC championship the day after WrestleMania, and he lost due to JD's interference.
Yep.
So,
I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like Penta will have to win. So I'm gonna roll with Penta to win.
Dirty Dime for the win, baby.
Yeah, this is interesting, right? Like, why is this match on the show?
Because it's in your house.
I get
You
that.
said it.
But the In Your House could have been the tag team women's match. Could have been Rhea and Iyo.
Yeah.
And
But that's Saturday
Roxanne
night's
and
main
Julia.
event, though. Saturday's
No,
night's main
that's
event.
next Monday on Raw.
Oh,
So
I see what you're saying. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, like,
okay.
Because this could have main evented next Monday's Raw.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take the belt off Dom. Dom hasn't done anything with the belt yet.
You shouldn't have to take it off of Penta.
Putting it on him. No, Penta never had it.
Yeah.
Remember?
No.
Penta
Sorry.
never had the belt.
It's okay.
Oh boy. I don't believe it. I'm gonna go Penta. Why not? I gave no thoughts to these outside of we all know John Cena's not losing. But let's go Fatal 4-Way. US title match. You got Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre.
There's no way that Jacob could drop it.
Yep. This match should just be the further storylines, but Jacob has to win this.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. A bunch of studs in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Damian and LA Knight had a pretty good exchange on Friday SmackDown.
They did, yeah.
They did. Because Damian wasn't trying to deepen his voice to sound like he's a big dog or anything like that. Him and LA kind of went back and forth, and I like their exchange.
I can't wait till he really hits his stride.
Which one?
Damian Priest. There's still just something missing.
He got to change his look.
Yeah, there's just something missing with him. And when he gets it, he's going to get it.
Yeah, the Judgment Day. That's what's missing.
Yeah, could be, right? Like, seriously, it could be that he
Could he go
needs
back to
people
Judgment Day?
around him. No. Main event. John Cena, Randy Orton, one last time. There's no way in the hell John Cena loses this match.
I feel there's no way in hell Jacob Fatu is going to lose his match more than John Cena losing his match.
So you think there's a chance John Cena loses?
I think there's a chance. There's more of a chance of John Cena to lose than Jacob to lose.
You're absolutely wrong. But
Okay. Ain't the first time you call me wrong.
Brandon had a question a couple weeks ago. We never got to.
Oh, well,
It goes
didn't
right to
answer.
this.
Oh, okay.
Well, he already said he's not doing John Cena.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's
I remember.
right.
I listen.
Yeah.
I produce this thing, baby cakes.
Yeah.
He said,
That
"What's
was
the
another.
most likely?
That's a shot right there.
What's the most likely scenario for John Cena to lose the belt? 1, Cody beats Cena in a match of a fourth quarter PLE. He loses to someone else in the fourth quarter PLE, or someone else cashes in on Cena, or at any point between June and December."
He gives it no chance either.
That's a great question, though, because there's a lot of feeling and thought that Cena's going to turn back babyface before he leaves. Now, I know he said, I don't think Cena would lie about this being his last run. So take that off the docket. There's some people who are like, well, he could work till next January, to next February. I have a feeling Cena would not do that.
Yeah, no, because he said December 31st is done.
Yep.
He specifically said that date.
Yeah, I mean, but he'll lie, right? So what's the most likely scenario? You guys got Cody beating Cena at Survivor Series or whatever December is. Do you have him losing to somebody else in November, December?
Or
do you have him losing the title before that?
Cash in. But after June. Because it was the show is
we're already
in June,
in
and
June
we're already
next
in
month.
May.
Yep.
If Cena is the Cena that I think he is, and I mean, man, this year is halfway over. Jeez Louise. I think I might just have to go with the third option. I would imagine you leaving to put somebody over. Historically, the Money in the Bank champion is the person who we think should be the next up to go up the reins and then eventually maybe become a heavyweight champion. So I would say that one. I don't believe it, but that's what I would say. I would say that he'd get cashed in on.
Got it. We don't do the finish at WrestleMania unless Cody gets his win back.
We don't do the finish. Say that again.
I said we don't do the finish at WrestleMania unless Cody gets his win back. So they're going to finish, of course, 1-1. Cody will win the title back from John Cena.
You
The question is just when that's going to be, though. And that's what I'm excited for. I'm also excited for this match and this finish because now we know everything we saw before WrestleMania was not planned for Cena to be heel. Everything we saw afterwards was. From the point of WrestleMania to now is what they had planned. So I'm excited to see kind of what they do with this. I'm hoping it's not a long match. You know, man, give me 20 max. And that's like actually more like 18 max is what I would love between Randy and Cena.
You mean bell to bell?
Yeah.
That's a long match.
Well, I mean, I don't think you get, yeah, I mean,
that's a long match.
It's about max. Like, let's not go crazy. Let's have some fun spots, right? Let's do some hope spots and have some fun with Randy in his hometown, but nut shot or something crazy, belt shot, get out of here with him cheating again. But Cody gets it back from Cena. The key is just going to be, how does this run end? That's now what I'm most excited for with this whole Cena thing. Is just how does the run end? Does he go back to babyface? Does he stay heel until he loses? And then we already know we're going to see him again. Does he then come back for a babyface thing? Like, is that match worked in a way where, not that we get a double turn because Cody's not turning yet, but is there a way where they work the match that allows Cena to get the stand ovation and the thank you Cena piece to it, and he bows or he does his salute? That's going to be the fun part. But Cody's getting that win back in the title. So that's it. It's a 5-match card.
That's it.
That's it for WWF in your house in Madison Square Garden
This Saturday.
on December 26th. All right, y'all, we out of here, man. Shout out to everybody once again. We are about to be on episode 200. 2 weeks. Follow us on Twitter. That's FNW. YouTube is That's Freaking Wrestling. Instagram, but we really don't post on Instagram. That's Freaking Wrestling over there. Also, that is everything we got for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Jam-packed, action-packed. Y'all know if I'm back, we're not doing no damn 48, 49 minutes. We gave y'all an hour and a half. 94 minutes of pure wrestling bliss and Sinners talk. We go talk more about Sinners too. I could do a whole podcast on Sinners and horny levels. But that's it.
The freaks like it. That's on the Patreon.
Yeah, let's do it. We're going right now over on Patreon. That's not existing.
Whatever that means. Whatever that means.
And he's back. We out, y'all. Holla at you next week.